talking about the.
So there's a plastic coating. Watch yourself, Bubba. There's a plastic coating over here that may have to come off. It's not going to hurt anything at all. It was a plastic. You know what I'm talking about? That plastic stuff.
So you were talking about over there, though.
It's
Correct.
a foam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
he was
corner.
talking about over there, like the corner over there.
Yeah. What about it?
The facade, the foam.
Yeah.
Can you?
I probably would like that gone, just so
Yeah.
you know,
Gone?
because
Okay.
we just like gone. So the only difference is when you see, you might have a little paint gap or whatever. Just
So, but you make it look good around.
I'll
all
make
around?
my side look good. Someone might have to paint up there, just so you know that. But we'll get that squared away too.
Okay.
So we'll get it all. I'll get it all squared away from you. So this is not a. It's an ugly roof, but it's not complicated. You know what I mean? So all this, like we'll have this all removed. I typically will use some kind of vacuum truck, or I'll have them shovel off to the side. We got a great spot to put the
then-
dumpsters and stuff. I'll just tape it off so they don't have to worry about it. But basically, in 30 days, maybe it might be a little more than 30, contingent upon him and I agree that we should meet with the inspector prior. It's called a pre-con inspection. That way he doesn't change code on us. You know what I mean? As long as, because they're gonna pay, insurance has to make this right per code. And I think that with what we got, we should be good. But I'll meet him ahead of time and say, hey, this is what my plan is. This is what we're doing. As long as he's good with that, we're good to go. You know. And then my concerns are cap metal. You know what I mean? So I'll actually run a cap here. You know what I mean? Just like I probably won't screw it in because that's what causes it to leak. But I'll do a cap metal, seal it up. You should actually be underneath it. So we'll level it off with the not some kind of small piece of wood, and level it off. And every 12
They
inch.
do fasteners where you fasten the fastener underneath it,
Yeah.
and it sticks out, and then you screw into that, and then
Exactly.
it's all dripping back down. On the roof.
Exactly.
So there's right ways and wrong ways to do it.
Sure.
Obviously, this isn't the right way.
Right. So another thing is if
My
you,
dad was a roofer for 35
oh,
years.
you know exactly what you're talking about then. So if you over torque it, that's an issue too. So what my guy will have an auto welder. So when he brings this in, he'll actually weld the seams like that, and then you don't want to over torque the screws, but they've been doing this as long as I have, so they know what they're doing, and we shouldn't have an issue. Like little stuff like this, we'll seal it all up, make sure we're good. This cap will come down, you know what I mean?
How long
You
is
can
it
tell
good for?
they-
You know, the
Huh?
roof, how long it lasts?
What you know what the warranty is on the?
So yeah, so we'll do a 10-year bumper to bumper on it. Anything happens within 10 years, you call us. Okay, that's the best you're gonna get out of TPO.
Commercial. That's not bad for
That's a
commercial.
pretty strong commercial warranty. So 10-year bumper to bumper, anything that happens, we'll go on that. And then something happens, you call us. So I'll own this roof for a while, but I'm
What's the manufacturer's warranty on?
well, GF is 30 years on it, but that's just I'll make
yeah,
him.
not wear and tear. So I know that's
Right.
just the
Big-
factory material.
And I'll tell you, in Florida, quite frankly, I've never seen one last the entire lifespan of it. So in theory, it'll look something like this when we're done.
Yeah,
So-
99%
okay.
of the time, what happens
Okay.
is people get up there, do work, and they poke holes in it. Is what
Oh,
the
yeah.
issue is. You know,
Absolutely. But that's why the decking's so important. You put good decking down. So I'd have to go through my ISO board, everything for it to cause an issue. And it'll look like that kind of. You know, cleaned up like that, yeah. That's TPO system over there. And then if you can't see from here, but see how he wraps the edges? There's a certain TPO product that you'll put around the edges, and
Right.
you buy them in rolls and cut them. They're simple. And then
So you make your own transition, or do you put corners on?
I'm gonna put corners on, yeah. Because you have to watch.
I'm not picking on you. I'm just asking.
No, you're asking
So
the
I
right
know I
question.
can tell him, you know,
You're
that they're doing
asking-
a good job or bad job.
You're asking the right questions. The right questions. So with TPO, you can't put tar in TPO. It actually acts. You know this too. It's bad for it. So the days of patching up with TPO, we will. If we ever have an issue with it, we'll use a sealer, which is basically another form of TPO. It comes in, you just peel it off. You don't have to worry about it. These are gonna be simple fits. You know, they're like. You see where they put the EP. That's why the TPO is so important, because I'm covering 3 different systems. I'm covering roll roofing, TPO. This was originally a TPO system, but I mean, look what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So all that has to be done correctly, and you'll use actually a TPO. You know what I'm talking about, the rolls.
What
of
do y'all
TPO.
do when you find soft spots? You'll bring it up, or are you just going to cover it up?
So I walked this before. I haven't found a ton of soft spots, but quite frankly, if we get into that, then we're going to be into a whole animal. If I seal it correctly, we won't have to worry about it. Even if it's soft in a couple spots. But if I tear this up and I got 50, 80, 100 bad sheets of wood decking, it's a complete different.
But I mean,
fit.
if you allowed anything in it, like if you start ripping off the rock, because it's in tar too, so it's
Right.
it's not as flexible right now.
Right.
When you start ripping all this off and you come across an 8x8 square, are you
I'll
going to say
replace
it's going to cost you another?
No.
Okay.
I'm doing the shop
Uh-uh.
for 70 grand. Okay, that's what we're gonna do it for. The only thing I'm concerned about is the inspector authorizing me to use
What
the
the
product,
material, yeah.
because you got to be careful, because a lot of times.
Who the city inspector?
Yeah, and I'll call him out ahead of time. Any smart guy will do that. And I'll say, this is what I plan on
You-
doing.
I have a friend who is inspector over there. You want me to talk to her?
No, I know him too. You know
Really?
what I mean?
I used to work for City Hall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of inspectors.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's really as simple as it's a courtesy to bring him out. I don't even have to bring him out, but I don't want to have midway through
He's
the
a
job.
very good
have him-
friend of mine,
Have him
so-
change his mind about the ISO board. You know as well. There's 3 different types of ISO board, and they're very expensive. So, but no, we should be good. It's not it's complicated to get to this point. The roof part will be the easiest thing, and quite frankly, if anything happens in 10 years, you call us.
Okay.
We handle it. That's
Okay.
really what we're gonna do. And then commercial jobs are like that. I own it. You know what I mean? We're gonna be out here and take care of it from there. And as far as ACs, everything's working good. We don't have to yank any of these down, so that's good.
And it's in your contract
That's
for,
his- yeah.
for all the warranty.
Yeah, everything will be
Word of
good.
mouth is good, but
Yeah,
letters are better.
So you'll get a warranty from the manufacturer as well. So I actually he's already been on this job. The guy that's gonna rep our product, he's been out there. He's looked at it. GAF is the product we're gonna use. Top of the line. It's a good
So
product.
what the time frame we're looking at?
So here's what and I'm not gonna sugarcoat this on you. I have a few jobs ahead of you. That's okay. So I'm thinking about 35 days.
Because I want to hit before
for rainy
the
season.
rain season
I get you.
comes.
I get
Yeah.
you. Yeah, because you should see how much this will puddle up.
Yeah.
So some of it will actually.
Because the guy from the restaurant complained to us that his roof is leaking. That's
Oh,
why
okay.
Bigger one?
Yeah, yeah.
when the rain
I'm
season.
probably gonna go-
Yeah,
Because the new
last
one, I
year
think, is
he told us.
it's
Yeah,
6 or 8
We'll see.
inches.
Yeah,
We'll see if
it's
we can get you
bigger.
done
Yeah.
quicker
Yeah.
than 30.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
you only got a 1-inch drain by the time you figure all the
Right. You're right.
just
I'm
do
just
it right.
asking
You know what I'm saying?
questions.
I'm not
Yeah,
rushing.
absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, oh yeah, we're not gonna rush
Yeah.
it. So, but
We kept this together a long time. You know what I mean? And we're gonna get it to where we don't have to worry about it anymore. And like I said, ideally I'd have a parapet wall, but whatever, it's not there, so we gotta make do. But the key is, if I can seal a little bit of the edge of that and then put the metal around it, I don't have to worry about it.
all the tar filled stuff, when you rewrap it, are y'all doing anything with the top of it, or are you only coming up to the edge?
I'm gonna try to cover the entire
You're
process.
going to cover the whole thing?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do the electrical because
No, I know, but
Right,
there has
right.
to be a transition between what's
Exactly.
there and what's not there.
Exactly.
What's penetrating the roof is still penetrating, so you
right.
have to.
So we'll use TPO has another system where they come in rolls. They actually seal it like that. So instead of using tar, you have the white TPO system, but it's got a thicker laminate underneath it. You should be good to go.
And I'm just looking at all the different.
Oh, it's
transitions.
another good point. Yeah, that's another good point. So we're gonna probably put. It's gonna take 15, 18.
It'd be hard to transition.
Right.
The bottom,
So it'll look a lot different once I get everything stripped. You know what I mean? They'll get all the stone out of there. We'll be able to kind of judge it.
So are
from
you going to
there.
put a cap over something like this and seal it, or are you just going to try and keep it flush?
I'm gonna put a. It's not a metal cap. It's a cap that's comes in a material size, so it actually goes over the top of it. It's probably the best thing because it has some. You want it to move a little. You know what I mean? You don't want it to be so sturdy. That
I'm
it
just
goes-
worried about people like up here working and stepping on it, not knowing that it's not a solid material. So
Yeah.
if you put some kind of bridge over it or something in metal first, so at least if they step on it, it's not going to rip or
I
tear or
understand.
something like that.
I tell you what, to tear this TPO, it takes a lot. You'd have to almost attempt to try to tear.
No, I know
it.
how tough it is. I'm just saying, I've seen people on roofs before. It's like,
Oh yeah.
so
Oh yeah, I've dealt with AC
I see
guys.
some guy AC guy put a hole right into it
Oh yeah.
at my roof.
I know.
My where we.
So the good thing is
we rent.
Is much, and I know you don't want to hear this. A fix on a TPO roof takes me 5 minutes.
yeah, I know.
It's a simple fix. So you come up with this little tool, you feel for it, you put a little water down, you feel for bubbles, and you seal it up. But most people don't know what to put on it. See, I'll have some that I'll leave, and you say, hey Mike, call us up, and I'll be there. I can fix it before my day even starts. So, and the key is just having good crews, and my guys, they know what they're doing. So not only do we recommend them, but the actual manufacturer recommends them as well. So
What do
that's
you do when the AC guy comes up here and pokes a hole on the roof the first 10 years?
You call me and I come fix it.
But there's no, like, I'm not saying they're going to do it all the time, but you know what I'm saying? I don't want, a year from now, well, your guy did this, and that's not part of our,
Just call me and I come and fix it. I got the roll sitting around. There's no cost to it. I want to earn your business. I want the rest of it. I'd like you to look other properties. So
Well, they own a lot of a
I
lot of
know.
buildings. So
I
it's
know
not
that.
about-
Yeah. So I want to be your go-to roofer guy. So I'll absolutely do a good job on this. And a lot of people don't know how to actually roof that are in our business. You know what I mean? So
Trust me, I see it all
I
the time.
actually started the opposite. I knew how to roof and then learned the other side of it later. Just because you had to,
Yeah.
But I think we're in good shape. You know, obviously we got a lot going on with these wires and stuff, but it's part of the job. In theory, they did right. They got stuff off the ground. They got it off the water. It's not a bad idea. I mean, they've done a pretty good job. A little concerned about some of these wires, but
Obviously, you're going to put a pad underneath anything that's free floating so it doesn't rub a hole into it. All that kind of stuff. I'm really not picking on y'all. I'm just trying to get it all out and open it. So you didn't ask, you didn't say. You didn't.
Absolutely.
And it's all little stuff, but it becomes bigger issues later. So.
You're right. I think there's nothing that surprises me on this roof yet. Except I don't like the walls, but it is happens to know the building. See, technically, you're supposed to have a parapet wall about waist high on every roof, but this is dated
an older
because
building,
they
so
exactly
they
the way I got away with it. See, that's another system. See, this, I don't know what he was thinking over on that side.
Cheap.
Yeah.
I can tell you what he was cheap. That's
Like-
a Chinese restaurant.
That-
It's cheap.
See, you're not supposed to have shingles on a flat roof like that. That's not even code. See,
Yeah.
so everything will be where if the manufacturer's willing to guarantee the roof, that means you put it up per code, per spec. You know what I mean? And they don't always agree, but at this point it doesn't matter. We got what we need from the insurance. We go from there.
All the transitions around like the lights and all that stuff. Are
Yeah.
you going to remove the light and put it back down
So
on it? Or are you
I will
gonna-
have to do that on certain stuff. Stuff that can come up easily, yes, absolutely, because it's easy.
It's
to
easier
do.
for you. And
Absolutely, yeah.
But-
See, some of it I'm
but-
not even sure what we're doing up here with it. But,
That's junk. But this is the
Yeah.
kind of stuff you got to. These guys that work on the AC stuff.
They don't
'cause I
care.
do AC too. They don't care, man. They
know.
like drop their tools.
I
If
know.
they need to gain an extra foot, they'll step on
Yeah,
anything that's
somewhere.
around
I
them.
know.
That's what I'm saying. If you don't put something on it, they'll step on it daily. You know, to
Right.
go over that. That's what I'm saying. It probably behoove you to put some kind of cap over it, metal first, and then
Right.
do what you're going to do because I know how they operate.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
yeah, they don't care about another trade, that's for sure.
This ain't very smart.
No.
Let's block the drain so it doesn't
Yeah.
drain.
So that's the first thing is do. We'll make sure once you get it down to where you can see everything, you'll redo the drains. A lot of times it's simply as refitting them, putting different stuff on, but we should have no issues with this at all.
Well, I think the code now is 6 or 8.
Yeah.
It depends on the size of the roof and the slope,
Exactly.
but I know that roughly you're going to be at least 6 or 8 inch drain for.
See, and another thing I can tier the dense decks to where it'll flow off
Flow
the roof
off,
too
yeah.
instead of sitting in puddles.
Yeah.
We'll probably do that in
That's
certain
better,
sections.
yeah.
Yeah, otherwise you got a puddle up there.
Right.
And then, I mean, I don't care what good. You
Yeah.
got 6 inches of water on the roof, it's gonna leak.
I mean,
You
at
know
least
what I
if
mean?
you like tier this one this way and that
That's
one
what
go
I'm
that way,
thinking.
and
That's what I'm
whatever.
thinking.
You'll be able to tell once you scrape all this off what you have to.
That's
you have to get
exactly
it
what-
close to where anything will drain. It's not like there's going to be a puddle.
Right,
so
and it's a simple fit just to get the right decking that goes underneath it, and you go right over it. It's not a hard deal to do that. But no, this guy will come right up. It's funny
Pet, you need
because
gravel?
these are supposed to be.
Actually, it's good.
Cover
gravel.
your pool.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's no longer code though. It's supposed to be smaller. It's supposed to
Yeah.
be dime-sized code, and these are too big, which it'll prevent hail and stuff. But yeah, this is an inundated, dated system. We did this 30 years ago, and that's what we thought. We tarred it down and threw gravel on to hold it down. Basically, it's a ballast system, is what it is. And
I've worked on upside down roofs, everything you can think of, man. It's like
know.
finding leaks on roofs like that.
This
is
put
like,
a lot of weight on the
it's
roof.
a lot
in
of
it.
weight, so that's going to take it all off.
Yeah.
It'll look just like that, and that system, quite frankly, will probably.
Are you going to have any walk pads going
Yes.
to all of the
Yes.
AC units?
Yeah,
on-
they know how to do all that.
Okay.
Yeah, the crew will be. He'll run it like a machine.
I know some of them are code and some of them in it. Depends on where you are in the city. It depends
Right.
on where you are. Because I've seen brand new roofs. I'm like, where are the walk pads? Oh no,
This
we don't
one
require-
doesn't require it, but we'll just. I don't know how you run a wall pad here. I may have something where we put it in, but.
I mean, if you have just like one coming over, so at least they have some kind of
Problem
idea
is
where to walk.
I don't want to
instead
put
of-
anything over a TPO system because that causes issues too. You know what I mean? So we'll get it tightened up for you, and it's going to look a lot like that. That was a pretty good job. But see how he didn't have. You see how he's got the parapet wall, so you can take it up the wall. That's what you typically want to do. You want to take it up and then seal it like there. But since we don't have that, we're gonna have to take it in a smaller area. So we'll actually take it to the edge. I'll pull it over slightly and then put metal
the cap
over the
on
whole side of it.
So you're gonna remove all the foam now?
Yeah, I just think it's
Gonna remove
yeah,
it
we got to.
from-
You
okay.
know.
You don't want
And
you don't want to fasten to something that's not secure
Yeah.
and your roof
Exactly.
blow up, so
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
worth it.
Okay.
So basically, we'll run it right up to the edge right here, tighten it there, put metal down that covers the whole area, and we
Right.
go from there.
Okay.
And
Okay.
This shouldn't be a big deal. See, they tried to do it. This is, believe it or not, this is actually a a TPO sealer. See that? That's what they should have on every transition cap, edges, all that kind of stuff. This was probably, I'm not sure why they put it up there, but it just, that's the product that you use. That never leaks, never does whatever.
Obviously, you're gonna have all the electrical and stuff. Depending on how thick your ISO is, you're gonna. I don't know if that's gonna cause a problem because they, like when they did the transitions, they didn't transition nothing right. They did what was easier for them.
I know. So in all likelihood, I mean,
Obviously, you're not gonna cover the pipe up.
well, we'll go underneath.
Yeah, underneath it. So that's what I'm saying. But it's gonna have to be raised up and then put back in. Refasten back down.
Right. They got it sealed over here too. Yeah, that's. You know, it is what it is. It's not sealed in on top. It is what it is. I never question another man's work, you know. But this is so a lot of this stuff. We probably will dumpster a lot of this.
Yeah, dump it. Yeah, just dump it. Yeah, it's just garbage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get rid of it. We'll get rid of it. Let me take one more look, guys, and I think we should be good to go. And I'll be here when they build it too. I'll be at the job. We'll bring it
Get the business card and then get his business card contacts.
Y'all got any business cards on you?
I got one in the truck on me.
I'm helping you out.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you. See, I see you today for something.
Yeah, it happened for a reason.
Yeah, for a reason.
I just was looking on this side here.
Are you coming all the way up, or are you only
I'm
come up?
probably gonna bring it out right here and seal it right that way. I got some edge to it because look at this here. I'm worried about. I mean, I got seat cracks and everything, so we'll probably bring it right up to the edge, seal it up. This I'm not as worried about on the inside, but I don't want to see this.
But you got to do the top up here too. That's why I was asking if you're gonna.
Exactly.
If you're gonna I mean, to me, you might as well just bring it up and finish it, and then not have to worry about it.
Right.
Then you'd have a transition up there and down there.
Somebody had roll roofing in mind. Yeah. Which
Are you gonna bring it all the way up since you got to do the top too?
probably, yeah. I'm a little worried about this. We'll have to see. That's all right. It's a little hollow. That's what
This is stucco, right? Stucco outside, right?
Yeah.
They frame it in stucco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just gotta find some wood.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's no big deal. All right.
I'm really not picking on y'all. I'm just,
No, you're asking the right question.
You're asking the right question.
So, give me about 30 days. I'll get everything figured out, and then I'll give you a call ahead of time, and we'll start the job. It's gonna take about 7 to 10 days to do it correctly.
Okay.
So, well, the stripping is gonna be the hardest part.
Not
but
rushing, not
No, I
rushing.
got you. I
but
just-
it's just make sure you do it right.
Yeah. We'll get it done right. So,
I know you have a crew that comes out, but who's going to be supervising them?
I will be involved in a little bit. Plus, I got 2 other full-time guys that know TPO. TPO is a
It's its own
specialized
animal.
system.
Yeah, you
It
have
is.
to. If you don't do it right, you cause a lot of problems.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make it look real ugly if you don't do it right, and then try to make it right afterwards. So it's like,
I think it's a simple fix. So I've done hundreds and hundreds of them, and I prefer the retrofit because you don't get into, Lord knows what happens if you tear this up. I mean, there ain't no telling
open
what
up
we're
a
looking.
can of worms that
Yeah.
you don't want to open.
Yeah, it'll be ugly.
Trust me, I know. I
Um,
hate double roofs because if you ever have a leak, it makes it much harder to find it. But
Right.
You're gonna this one too, right?
Yeah. Bottom line is he doesn't want it to leak,
Yeah.
and we got you. We'll get it to where it does.
you want to put a big tent over it, don't care as long as it don't leak.
I think this is an elevator. I think this is an elevator.
Really?
Yeah. And in here is an elevator.
Yeah, the top of the.
Yeah, top of the
Seal it up
elevator.
or something.
Yeah.
We'll get it squared away. So yeah, I think the guys, in principle, we got everything figured out. We'll just have to. I am going to call the inspector ahead of time just because I don't want to get caught with any surprises. You know how that is.
Yep.
Get halfway through the
Well,
job.
you get the
and
first inspector to come out, and he's on vacation, and the next one comes out, oh, no, 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 we can't
Well,
have that.
I make them write it down. You know what I mean? Because if you don't, you're like,
Yeah.
I don't need a special decking. It's not really that complicated. So, but yeah, we'll get it squared away. Some of this is like, I don't know if I might have. You might lose a couple lights because
Yeah,
I
if
don't
it's
want
not
to nail
legal,
it to the
yeah,
wall.
if it's not legal, it's not legal.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's-
Yeah.
They'll have
Just
to
take
mount-
it out. Just take it out.
and then they'll have to mount it on the railing. or
Just
something.
take it out. Yeah.
You don't want to.
I don't want them to mount on the roof like that.
Yeah,
anyway.
you don't want any
It's-
protrusions into the roof
yeah,
at all.
and the inspector won't pass it with
No,
us.
he won't.
Yeah.
You have to have some kind of light here, Andrew, because it's the stairs.
Right.
So. you're
But
gonna
then
have
they have to mount it on somewhere on
to
you
either
know.
put a pole out here,
yeah.
you know, and add it to it. But this isn't right either. They're just screwing it to the roof. That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
saying,
You know,
yeah. Yep, that ain't gonna work.
that's like
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. So all in all, it's not as complicated as it looks.
Need to cut
Just
that tree
ugly a
down
little
too.
bit.
Need
Yeah.
to cut that branch down.
Yeah, that's all. That's part of what you gotta do.
The curbs are pretty good too. I'm surprised as old as this building is that they're
Yeah.
not all sagging and
Yeah.
drooping and.
Well, it's been fixed since then because they've used roll roofing as a patch job, that's why you see the roll sitting over there. So they've done what they could to keep them getting worse, but we got a bot at least. All right.
All right.
We're good, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
So
probably
we
give
on
you
the
your
same-
paint lid. We really don't need the paint lid up
On
here.
the same page.
All right. Good.
Yep.